computer. Yay. And let's see if AI is going. Yes, it's going. Okay, cool. Well, welcome everybody to our Discord community chat creative strategies group. And I'm excited to be able to be recording this. Just a heads up for some of you guys who might have missed the announcement last week. We are going to our own special platform, and I'm going to have my own special Zoom link in the very near future. So just a heads up, if you guys are watching replays or whatever, you're going to have to message me for that link, and probably looking at some possibly different ways we're going to do some things in the future starting in May. So just a heads up, if you're wondering like, where's that link in creative strategies to join the calls on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. I do plan to continue those calls in May. We will be on a different platform, a different Zoom link altogether. But I do plan to keep this open to everybody. You just have to message me in Discord at least through the end of this month. And then we might be making some other arrangements due to costs. I found out, not only am I that job I lost that I had with Sheraton that was helping me pay for, doing all this stuff with you guys and all the training I'm going through. But then I found out my oldest, who's 18, graduating in May, is moving home with her dad. And in the state of Colorado, if she lived with me, he would continue to pay that alimony that child support on her through 8 through 19, which would have been another year. I was budgeting on that. And then I found out she's moving out a lot earlier than I thought. So that means my finances are even tighter than they were before. And so I'm like basically looking at what do I have in savings to supplement to try to keep things on track. So it's not cool, but it's what I got to do. And so I'm going to be opening up this special community for anybody who could maybe help with platform fees. I found a really great platform this week where I could get my own Zoom link. It's all included. Great for courses, great for community building like we're doing. And we could chat with each other, do all that stuff like we do with, Sheraton's Discord. But it's going to be a really good fit, I think, moving forward. It's something I can afford, at least right now, without using absolutely every dime. So maybe I can get some ads going too. So that there's just been financial issues that I'm trying to figure out since I didn't have the job
Yeah.
I
Well,
would get.
Christy, just um, give a little reminder when you have the platform set up, because I
Yeah.
get it. The costs can be overwhelming, and if we can help in any way.
Cool. And I want to keep it very reasonable, just so you guys know. I mentioned this last week. I mean, you're my starter group. So I've been coaching you guys for free, and I'm looking at a platform. It's not going to be too bad. And I'm also trying to figure out what I'm going to do because still have Go High Level through August, but there's some other things coming on with that the coach is going to be releasing that are it's just really cool. So I'm obviously going to stay on there, but I think for our group, I'm going to be on this cheaper platform. I'm looking at around $25 a month. If you buy the annual, it'd be 20. If you buy the monthly, it's 25. So that way it's affordable for everybody. I think if we all contribute, it's all going to work out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm looking at a lot of tools that I'm getting. Oh, I have another thing going I wanted to tell you. End of this month, this is a separate training that I paid for, and it goes until August as well. And they have a special summit for coach creators who are wanting to build their own system. So Meg, this would be awesome for you. And I know I just did an interview today, so my program is going to be one of the many programs featured on the summit coming up. And it's all week starting on Monday, the 28th of, I believe it's 28th of April into May. I'll get exact dates, but they're going to be giving out some VIP tickets. I don't know if it's 100% or it might be a small charge to join, but you guys will get a chance to just listen to all these coaches, what they're doing in their systems, how they're building it out. And this is the high ticket program I paid for to really like for you, Meg, and also for myself to learn how to build a program that could really go high ticket. Like Meg, your background with helping veterans and pain management, I mean, you're totally in the niche that could sell well. And learning how to put a program like that is going to only help you in what you're wanting to do. And obviously it's helping me. I'm getting direct coaching every week with them, and they're the guys or gals that put me on to the ConvertKit, which you guys know are so good. And they really cater to women, especially women building businesses. So it's a really awesome community.
Stuff.
I love it. It's really
Cool.
it's what we're doing. So as soon as they give me the tickets and tell me pricing, which I think, like I said, I think they're greatly reduced, I'm going to let you guys know. So you guys have first dibs at the VIP. And then she kind of told me, like, if you need any more, we'll figure out some more. So you guys can get in because I told her I'm already
Nice.
coaching. And so there's another deal coming along your way. And it's so pretty exciting. End of the month leading right into May. I really encourage you guys, if you can, get in on the calls. I don't know if they're going to record it, if they're going to, because I think they're going to have some upsell where you can get the recordings and be able to, you know, get at least that copy. I know Meg, you're working full time, so it might be, something we have to look at for you, especially. But these guys are just great. I'm learning their stuff so that I could build my own system. It'll be unique. I'm not going to copy anyone, but boy, it's helping me think through on the kinds of things that we need to be doing when we're marketing a course that we create ourselves. So
Yeah.
ideally, that's what I want to release is material that helps you guys take it from an idea to an actual product that you can sell. And then of course, all the affiliate stuff on your blogs is going to be of course big plus. That's what I'm good at that, but I need to learn all these new tools. So I think it's going to be great.
Nice.
So that's my announcement news. And I think I know Amy, you've been doing a lot of really cool stuff with AI and I can't
Yeah,
see.
yeah, it's been a busy couple of weeks. A lot of playing with AI, but then coming onto a platform that creates agents for you.
Wow.
Well, they're your agent and you could literally prompt it and you set it up. And it's very interesting. And here's I hit a little bit of a roadblock now understanding my agent. He or she said, because I wanted so I created a prompt for the agent and it was basically my social media, basically. Which also meant I would have my blog. And then from the blog, I prompted it to grab snippets, captivating snippets, create social media and to Pinterest, blah, blah, blah. It was all done. And then I'm like, okay, where is it? And then it's actually really intuitive. Well, we can't, so they don't upload blogs to WordPress. I'm trying to figure that out with
Oh, okay.
API because I think it's doable.
Hmm.
I think maybe either whether it's Cloudflare or I have them build, like you can literally have them build apps, APIs for you. That being said,
Wow.
yeah, so it just started literally plotting out. Like I walked them through the process, the agent, it gave a whole plan, and then it asked me, it would say, review this. And then it's so intuitive that it was like thinking even faster than I was. We might want to suggest this, this, this. And as soon as you say, yes, good idea, do this, it does it for you. So yeah, it's so forward thinking. And the point being, it's using like 5 different AIs including images, programming languages. Like it is so insane. So once I have sort of figured out the intrinsic, just the little details, I'll share with you guys the platform and what it's doing for me. I
Wow.
really, what I'm really noticing, and you could probably attest to this because you guys, if you're creating a ton of content, your guides, whatever your giveaways are, it's time consuming.
Mhm.
It's a
Oh,
brain
yeah.
drain, it's time consuming, but you gotta have it.
Yep.
And I really realized it, I thought it might have taken quicker than I've realized, but I'm really questioning to use Shopify for e-commerce.
Okay.
I'm running a Shopify and a WordPress,
Yeah.
and I'm realizing it's difficult. And here, when I talk about affiliate links,
Right.
we know Shopify is already a shopping cart. It's
Right.
like your shopping cart.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out, even though I've coded my affiliate links, so it can send it, it can take, I don't have to put buy now. I actually create a button that says get it here.
Yep.
It redirects to the landing page.
Okay.
Now, that being said, some of the landing pages I don't like. It's not consistent with my brand. And it can really confuse people when they get redirected and they
Yeah.
go, what's this? Some of the landing pages are really good, and others I'm like, no way, it's very long. Where's the call to action buttons? Like they're just badly done.
Right.
So I'm just trying to figure out a way, if it's with Shopify, how I can kind of either I'm creating my own landing page, but here's the challenge with affiliate marketing. As you guys know, some of the programs are different platforms
Yes.
and they're not giving you the right link, like a shopping cart link. They're sending it to like a broad
Yeah.
site, which
Mhm.
is so frustrating. And I'm dealing with an affiliate manager, and I'm going to tell you, quite honestly, she's not that brilliant.
They're not
She does
fun. No.
so those are the kind of the roadblocks, and I'm finding very quickly, I'm like, oh boy. And I'm actually thinking, do I keep Shopify? But in saying that, I'm really on the fence.
Yeah.
I've now started, I'm leaving that alone for a while because I have my products loaded.
Right.
I'm really confident with my suppliers. They're Canada or US. I am
Good.
not taking any China products. I just
Yep.
don't even want to go there. It's a nightmare.
Yes.
So I started building with Kit. I'm
Mhm.
learning that free doesn't have a lot of options.
I know.
It's like, what? Really? I can't do that? Oh man, I got to upgrade. And I'm like, I don't even have 10,000. I don't even have 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
So
No,
that
I
being
went and
said,
upgraded. I only have 30 some subscribers.
yeah,
I'm like,
but
it's
I,
worth it
but
for the functionality. You can throw so many things in. And they're little products,
yeah,
like you make a digital product, you could upload it right into the page that
yeah,
you're selling through. So you have your landing page. You can link right to that. It can be consistent with your branding
yeah.
because you're
I
building
don't
on
think,
that.
I think the free version is not enough because when I
Yeah.
say that, what I'm doing so I created a welcome sequence. It's four emails just dripping. First one, um, is it's really personalized. I want to get to know the subscriber. I want to know what you want,
Yeah,
right? This is
right.
all based on healthy aging, longevity, lifespan, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So I kind of take them through that sequence and I'm getting them to respond to me so I can understand how to tailor my content. I already feel like I have enough. I have like, I don't know, over 100 articles in my site now.
Wow, good job.
And I've done all the SEO. Like I'm using Squirrely SEO. I don't know if you know that.
No,
Squirrely. It's incredible because it it literally sets it up to ranks. It's Squirrely SEO.
is that a
And
plugin in WordPress or where are you
yeah,
using?
no, it's right in WordPress. It
Perfect.
integrates.
Perfect. Yeah, there's
So, and it's important for Meta, right? It's for search. You've got to have the right data, and it's like, okay, and they tell you exactly where it is, what you need to fix, and it's just like, but red light, green light, cool, that's done next. Um, so that being said, the content's there now. The importance of the email marketing and the sequence, and what I noticed with Kit, oh, I can run. So that's one sequence is
Mhm.
the welcome sequence. And I'm like, yeah, but I call them all my subscriber breadcrumbs.
Right.
I've got right now I've got probably 3 guides that I'm giving away. I want subscribers. Like I'm not giving discounts on products
Right.
because everybody's doing that. Yeah. And I just don't feel there's that it's value that you're getting a 10% off. Big deal. I think there's better value when you can give them something and they're looking at it going, "Oh, wow."
Yeah.
And that keeps them really, it keeps you relevant and
And then
real.
engaged. They'll keep downloading
Yeah.
your emails.
So I noticed with Kid, I'm like, okay, I have to upgrade because the goal is to in the content writing and even, where the banners are is when I write an article, let's say there's one, I have a 21-day guide to a sugar cleanse, a no sugar.
Mhm.
So I'm writing articles around blood sugar, diabetes, whatever it is. And then I've got a product for that, but I also have a guide. I want to give them that free guide. It's done. It's a beautiful guide. And I thought, so that's what I mean by the sequence breadcrumbs. Give them this to get that. That
Right.
is the email.
Can you get now? Here's the neat thing about Kit you may not know. With all your different guides that you're creating, you can create a sequence off of that guide. So basically, you'd put a page, opt in if you'd like this. So you're not giving it to them automatically, but they opt in. When they opt in, they say, yes, I'm interested. Now you create a sequence. You could do a 7-day sequence, and you could say, if you're not interested, you'll get an occasional email about this, but
Yeah,
it's one of several. And so what I'm envisioning is a 12-month period sequence of emails that just kind of, I have a battery of products around my niche. And then
yeah,
every 2 days, so it's sorry, twice a week, I'm emailing my regular sequence and it automatically repeats after 12 months. What I want to do is have one featured main product that I would try to sell every single month, but bits and pieces that people could say, oh, I like that, or I like, so that you could sell, hey, you could get the whole product for X amount, or
yeah,
you can get the free checklist for $3.95 or whatever. And
yeah,
then maybe they'll get enough of that, go, dude, I could have bought the whole thing for $9.99, and here I am
yeah.
just buying the three.
Okay, that's a very interesting point. I'm noted.
And when they go and they sign up for the free portion, which is like your introductory, what they're doing is they're saying, I want this in Kit's automations. You could tag whoever signed up for the free. So all they do is put their email in again, but it all it does is tags them. You could have it automatically tag them, or it doesn't even have to automatically tag. You could say when you do an automation, did they download this guide from this form? And if they
Yeah,
did, then send
yes.
this series of sequence emails. And you can add additional affiliate.
And
If you
that's why you
can.
have to upgrade because
That's
you
why
can't do
I
that.
do
I was like,
recommend it.
oh, I'll create a sequence. And I click on it. They're like, you need to upgrade. And I'm like, of course
You
you
can
do.
do so many products. So what I do is I have two different variations of stuff that I'm currently putting as a front end to my product, but I'm tying it off a ClickBank product. My product,
Okay.
with making money online. And so I picked a ClickBank for Adam's system. I have a form that I embed into Adam's page, his bridge page. That's
Yeah.
going to tie with the product. I made a video. I think I sent you guys the video I did for Meg. I did something very similar where it ties in the product, but also pushes my lead magnet and what I'm offering them if they sign up. So I put that video together and then I created a kit page for it. The kit is another opt-in that I could put through Facebook because I can post it in, and on Facebook it actually takes my image that I created, throws it onto a Facebook page, and then a little description underneath. They go right to it, and it's an opt-in, real easy. They can get it, and
Cool.
it goes with my video. My video sells it. Kids' little pages are very small, what they allow you to put. You can't do a whole sales page unless you buy the upgraded. There's another upgrade if you want the whole
Right.
sales
Of
page.
course. Now
But the video
on the note
works.
of Kit,
Mhm.
a question. Do you auto subscribe? Did you create an auto describe when somebody subscribes, or do you wait for them to reply, like send the email and then it comes in and they have to reply, they have to confirm the subscription?
Yeah, so
What
here's
is
how
your,
this works. So I'm
pardon?
gonna get here's what I say now on my video and also on my scripting leading up to this in 12 hours, or I might not say it on the video, but I'll be sending this in 12 hours. In the meantime, sign up for this. It'll be coming to your email. When it comes in, it says, here's your free guide, download here. when it gets the email, I also change the text. So it doesn't say just thank you. It says, I'm also subscribing you to some of my other things. You can opt out anytime, but I make it so that it's not emphasizing that they're subscribing, but that they're downloading their
Okay.
guide. And then the link says download your free guide. So it doesn't feel like a double opt-in, though it is
Okay,
doing that.
okay. So yeah, because I'm like, ooh, do I auto subscribe? I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I left it
Discussion.
confirm your subscription. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That's actually very clever.
Well, and if you would like, maybe later, because I'm also going to work with Meg on some things too. But I have my pages done to where you guys can look at what did I say? How did I word this? So if you create your form, what do you want that email to say? Here's where I went in Kit to do that. Here's how I worded it, so it doesn't feel like it's a subscription to another
Okay, that makes
newsletter.
I like that idea that you made some suggestions. That's actually really smart.
Yeah, nobody likes
Very
to
good.
sign up for my emails unless, now here's what I've seen one guy I've been following do. He'll have a product and he's going to be releasing every day or every 2 days something special with that product, and it's released over email. It would be the same thing like with Kit. When you upgrade, you could do a series that people pay for upfront to be getting an email something every single day for that product. It's like a mini course, they call it. And without any
Mm.
additional expense, just the regular Kit, monthly, you could set this up. Again, an offer, buy in for this
Yeah,
special email product you're going to get every single day. You'll get a guide for the next 2 weeks or whatever, however long. You could take an ebook, break it up
yeah.
each chapter, and this is the order. You can even make like an outline. This is what we're going to be covering every day. If you want this, get it delivered to your email. Just pay here X amount. And that's another way to sell.
Well, okay, thank you. That makes a lot of sense. But I wanted to ask that question about, God, do I auto subscribe them or what should I do?
And one of the things that I'm getting with one of the courses that I'm training under, or one of the coaches, I should say, because I'm two different systems right now. But this one system, the guy specializes in his AI tools that he's able to pre-prompt chat. It's been killer good. I was taking one of his tools and it made a bunch of emails right around my main product, and I was like blown away. It gave me suggestions for things I can add.
Yes.
And
I'm finding ChatGPT, I upgraded. It's phenomenal and it's
yeah,
gotten to know my personality.
that's the
Like
key. Yeah.
it is like it kind of melts my heart when it responds like I always say nice job. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it. If you really like that, how about something like this? And I was like, yeah.
Poe's
Now,
better.
I've been doing Poe and chat both.
Yeah.
In some areas, like with my story work, I'm liking what I'm getting out of chat. But when it comes to like the tools, I'm liking what I'm getting out of Poe. So
Yeah.
I'm playing with both, but
Yeah.
it's Poe is really good. One thing Poe did for me is it actually programmed some code that I could put into my site for something like question and answers. I was like, what? That's cool.
Yes. How much is Poe?
It's $20 a month, I think is what I signed up for the annual plan. So it works out to about that.
I'll have to check it out. But
It
yeah,
has
I gotta tell you,
ChatGPT.
AI sure makes it a lot
It's
easier just
I
to,
I'm on the really, really cheapest one and it's monthly. I'm paying Canadian. It's like $6.70 a month.
I went up
But your
with,
credits, it depends on how many credits you're going to use in a day. So I
yeah,
think it's you get 10,000 a day, but you can create quite a bit with that. And it depends. Like if you see yourself using it like every single day, a
yeah.
lot, then but it gives you access to chat, what's the other one? DeepSeek, Claude, all of them, the latest versions. And
Mhm.
so you go in, use the Poe Assistant, and it'll produce something, and then underneath it'll go, but you can see what this platform, this platform, this platform, this platform will do. And
Okay,
like,
good to know. I'll check it
and
out.
then and then the other thing is people on there are even creating their own bots and AI.
Yeah,
And so if there's something you're looking for, you can go into the search and somebody has probably created some way to do it. And
yeah.
then you have access to all of that as well. And
Wow.
it keeps your history too. So like it does a lot.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, no, AI is certainly, well, it's less expensive than hiring people to do it.
Well,
That's
it's
all I can say.
the next 10 years are going to be scary and interesting
I
all in one,
agree. I
because it's
agree.
all going to come down to honestly who's in control of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the things that it's capable of are, it's, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you on that.
And now you have to wonder how long it's going to be available, like it is not so limited and priced so reasonable, because I could totally see somebody sucking up all the money out of this and jacking the price way up. That's what's
That's where it's hard because even if you go and buy one form of it, it's like crypto. There's so many forms of it. It's
Yeah.
virtually impossible for someone to own them all. Now, that doesn't mean they can't control them through viruses, hacking, all of that stuff. But yeah, I've been watching way too many videos about it and
so good.
things that like people don't even realize the things that it's capable. Like it's going to replace doctors, it's going to replace surgeons, it's going to replace like between the robotics and the AI, like there's so many jobs that are going to be gone. So if you're
Yeah.
not educating and becoming part of it,
Yeah. I agree.
you're
Oh,
going to get left way behind.
and that's scary, because if they replace doctors, then
Yep.
you get rid of the human
But I'm
component.
not sure I'd want a doctor to do a colon, sorry, an AI bot or robot to do a colonoscopy on me. I don't think so.
What'll happen is they'll end up being kind of like a general surgeon that will kind of control everything and over like watch everything. But the
Yeah,
majority of it will be done. It's already in operating rooms. They
yeah,
already
it
use
is. Well,
robotics and
I
stuff.
definitely think the AI in the healthcare system, just the utilization of AI can probably solve problems faster.
Yep.
And it's way more intuitive as far as advanced,
Yeah.
where they can discover things that doctors, brilliant doctors or scientists, or it'll
Ah,
take them decades and decades to discover it. But
Yep. And that's what's going to
like
happen.
I'm excited for it. That's all I can say.
I am
In
too,
my
John.
small
I
little
am
world of
too, but
content creating, because that's really what it is,
I just
you
think a
know?
lot of people, unfortunately, are going to get caught with their pants down. That's all.
I
Just not
agree.
understanding how, like, people, when they think AI, they think memes or they think
Yeah.
cartoons or they think, they don't understand an entire person can be created. Like, they
Oh,
don't
yeah.
understand
On
that,
that, on that, I was sharing with Christy some of the images that ChatGPT, the paid version, they launched their image creator. It is incredible.
wow. Yeah, I saw what you shared. It was like, what? You can't tell they're not real.
There was one image that I was so blown away because here's what I do. I will, relevant to whatever the content is, I'll look online to see if there's something that I like. I save that picture. I can't use it because that's copyright. I then upload it to ChatGPT, create an image, and I prompt it what I want.
Wow.
And it does not recreate that same picture. If there's a person in it, it will completely change that person. I've even prompted it. It's just incredible. Like some of these, I'm going to say this because some of the images had men, older men, and they were already good looking. And I'm like, oh, he's cute. I like that picture. And what they created, I was like, oh my God, he's cute. Like I'm literally gobsmacked. It is insane. So I took an image of I did an article on telomeres, aging DNA telomeres, long and short. And I said, please create an image that represents a younger gentleman and then an older one. And I want to see an overlay of text to read short telomeres and long telomeres. I sent one image. It recreated the man, split the image, so a young male, exact same guy, but an older version. Older guy, overlay with the text, just one prompt.
Amazing.
So the reason why I brought it up is because it is the easiest way. It actually makes Canva look really kind of non-existent. And I can even tell it what size I need. And it does exactly what, so it's phenomenal.
Wow.
Anyway, I wanted to, if you start using that feature, it's amazing. It's amazing for your blogs because now you've got your own original
Yes.
images. You put an alt tag on that, right? You guys are doing SEO on your images, right? Right?
I haven't been doing that,
Do
but
it because you get people are always searching. Let's look at the images. They click on that, all of a sudden they're on your blog
that's a
and
good
they're
idea.
reading it. So that's just one SEO. It's a small thing, but it's
Well,
important because search engines are also indexing your pictures.
yeah, I need to do that. And see, I just started using Poe for images. I maxed out the plan so quick because the images just, when I have a couple hours, I'm just knocking out images. But I haven't been doing the SEO meta tagging. I need to think about that.
Yeah, it's hard to go back and do because it's a long effort. I just really focus on that when I started building the content. I'm like, no, do the SEO, get it done.
And I like
And the
your
big,
idea, the squirrel,
yeah, the
because
biggest importance in SEO, what keyword are you going after, or long tail keywords, like, and it's got to be in your title. And it's got to be in sort of the first paragraph. And the other thing is, what was the other thing? Do in the meta description. So those are the key things, and putting an alt text on your image, like describing it. Those are probably the really key things. Other than that,
does Squirrely let you edit that, or do you have to do a paid plan for that? Because I have a different
no.
and it was not letting me access editing for that.
I actually bought it. If you guys just mark, do you know AppSumo?
Yes.
Okay, AppSumo is a platform where you can buy pretty much at cost wholesale.
Okay.
And this is usually software developers that are in beta launch.
Okay, so I could probably get better.
It could be there. If it's not, I'll see if I can get just a discount because I actually really gotten to know the owners. They're brilliant. But AppSumo, AppSumo.com.
Yeah.
You can find any software, anything.
And it
If
should,
you need accounting software, task management, whatever it is, I look all the time if I need something. That's the first place I'm going. That's where most of my software comes from.
For the SEO, that you just looked WordPress SEO software, and that's how you found it.
Yeah. Or you just type SEO.
Because
yeah.
In the plugins that I had earlier, I mean, this is a long time ago when I originally looked at SEO, and the ones I have are just, they give you the most basic, but they want to charge you every year. And if you don't watch it, that adds up, especially when you got 5 websites.
I agree. There's some stuff that I'm like, get rid of it because this is costing me too much and I'm not using it enough.
Yeah,
But
and I'm also noticing sometimes a plugin will conflict with another plugin, and WooCommerce is giving me a hassle on the one side. I suspect it's a conflict with something. If I paid for a plugin and then I got to get rid of it, I had that happen before. So I'm just like,
I agree with you on that. I'm seeing
careful about paying stuff monthly on those.
I'm seeing some conflict. Do you know that I still have not got my subdomain to integrate into Kit? It's not verified. And they keep telling me do this, do that. I'm like, yep, done that.
So
I've done that.
I know you're on a different hosting company, but with Springs hosting, I mean, we got all that stuff working, with their stuff. It's a piece of cake.
It's not on my server. It's theirs. They only gave me the A records. I'm like, I need the C name for that. And
Now,
do you know
who's the company you're hosting under?
this domain is under Namecheap.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Namecheap is cheap. I've had them before. I find them difficult to work with. So,
No, I actually find them great. I have never
okay.
had issues. And I know how to do all the DNS stuff. That the
Okay.
records don't scare me, but they're telling me, no, well, you didn't put this. And I'm sending them screenshots and I'm going, look it, they're there.
Oh, I
It's
see. You're saying Kit is not talking with it.
it.
It's not coming from Namecheap. My thing was Namecheap was charging a whole lot for all the little things that Springs Hosting already provided, and they're cheaper. But it's fine. If you like working with them, that's good. It's just that if it's Kit, you're gonna probably want to schedule an appointment with the person to look at your stuff. Like I think we ended up doing that. Eli had some issues. It ended up they had to like reboot or redo the whatever on the Kit side. It had cached a page that wasn't loading right, and it just kept
Oh,
serving the bad page. And
yeah.
it was on Kit's side, but the tech had to go in and actually look at the account and figure out what was going on. Because we had
Okay.
already
So yeah.
troubleshooted with Springs hosting all the things, and they're like, okay, they made sure that their stuff was running good. So then we went over to Kit, and it ended up being on the Kit side with the
Okay.
technician to fix that.
Oh, that's good to know.
They
Yeah, no,
also
it's not on my end, it's on their end because
and
I've given screenshots. I'm like, no,
And
it's
make
there.
sure you got proxy off. Cloudflare likes to put proxy in, so
Yes,
okay.
it's off.
Then it's got to be a kit. Get the technician on it and try to get a call or something where they can sit down with you and go through because the back and forth email will get didn't wasn't getting us anywhere.
Oh no, it's very frustrating because I talk to all these people and then they send you an email. I'm like, well, who's this? They haven't even addressed what my email was.
Yeah, we
And
got
then they close the support ticket. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I would just say, hey, I need to actually have a one-on-one with one of your technicians to walk through this stuff with me because you're telling me stuff that I don't, maybe just say I don't know how to set it up because I
Yeah,
that's
I'll plead ignorance for sure.
yeah, and
For
Eli
sure.
did that, and that's what it took. On the
Okay,
phone
good to
with the
know. I noted. I think I might have to go that route because you know how long that's been going?
yeah, it's
That's
too
going
long.
on three
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, she got it done in a week, but we had to stay on Kit, and when we finally found out, it was just traced everything back to
And
Kit.
I'll tell you, I certainly let them know as a new user, the experience, this has been very frustrating. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I know your bot just returned that message. It wasn't even a human.
Yeah, see what you can do to get a real person to sit down with you via a Zoom or whatever.
Yeah, I'll deal. But anyway,
Once you
other
get
than
that
that,
going, it is nice. And like, I didn't have a problem, but for some reason, you now and Eli had a problem with the same thing with Kit. So I guess they're still working through bugs, I guess. So
yeah. Anyway, did you see that did you read that article I sent you on free uh retail shopping feeds?
I'm not recalling it at the moment. Do you want to share real quick what you had shared?
Oh, I sent it in the Discord with you.
It could
So
be. I was on a trip too, so I'm
I
still.
stumbled across because you know, with me in the financial situation, paid advertising is not an option.
Yeah.
And I came across, however, I can't remember how I was looking for it, but it's a data feed service, and I'm not going to get technical. I read this article, and what they do, what it does, and it's anyone can do it. So it's basically free traffic, and they talk about the traffic that comes from your products when people are searching for things, that there is this hidden traffic that is actually free, and it has to do with the product advertising. And if you read that article, I'd be happy to share it to all of you guys. I'll just
Yeah.
send it in the DM. It's worth reading because I was like, so they talked about it. I'm using Pinterest because that's where my audience is. They talked about in Pinterest when you have a product catalog, So this feed helps influence and push it out. So when people are searching for things, you know, when you look at when you're doing search, you're looking for, let's say, a collagen product. You know what's coming up is all the paid ads, and that's retail.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually Amazon, whatever. It could be some other websites that are paying for Google retail advertising, but there's also underneath, and those are coming from your products.
Okay.
So you're not advertising these what is they're called, they're called product catalog feeds. And the
Interesting.
reason why it's doing it is because those feeds, and this is where this services company, and it's actually was, I think it was like $30 a month. I'm going to look further into it. They index your product, your catalog, your product
Nice.
catalog. So that's why I say when you're creating your products in
Mhm.
e-commerce, keywords in the title, alt tags on the images, and description is so clear, not fluffy and rosy like the way I like to write.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But that's what it's indexing, and it's the search engines that are doing it.
Wow.
So
That'd be
I'll
good.
send it. And if you guys, I know it sounds a little overwhelming, but it's actually not, because it made perfect sense. And I'm going to put it to the test this week.
Is this with Squirrely SEO that they're able to put a catalog feed to the?
No, they don't do that. It's just your content, your SEO, but I will really dive into that just, and I'll get next week, I'll share with you what I discovered. I'm starting with Pinterest, the product catalog feed.
Mhm.
Because your products are already built,
Yeah.
right? So I'm gonna just set that and go, okay, I want to see how this works. And I don't want it to be really easy,
Yeah.
not difficult. So I found that fascinating. And I was like, okay, I'm into free traffic,
Yeah.
right? Because
And
what's the
I'll tell you.
alternative? Social media.
So you know how I've been looking for substitute for Go High Level because of the pricing and everything. So
Yeah.
the platform that I'm moving our coaching community to is called Giphy, and it's like $36 a month. And they also give you AI meta descriptions, and automatically when you start putting your course in, it automatically guesses at what would work with what you're typing in. So it
Oh,
automatically does that, and you just map a domain to them, kind of like
yep.
you do with Go High Level. So that's what I'm doing. I'm basically, you say my products are done. I'm going to move them out of Go High Level into this platform for our coaching community. Now, the other side, my gardening, I'm I'm also looking at Udemy for gardening. You know,
For
people like
your
one time,
school.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
garden, it's called Udemy, and it allows you to
Yeah.
put courses on for
Yeah.
free and
I
talk.
know Udemy. I built a couple courses.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I was using Thinkific, and I'm like,
Okay.
no, it's expensive.
Yeah, and I don't know what Udemy charges because I just looked at it today, but it looks like it's free. Maybe it's not.
Oh,
I don't know. I guess I'll
I
find.
don't know if it's free. If it is, maybe you get one course or one
Yeah, it might
topic,
be that
whatever.
because they're not asking for any payment yet, so I'll find out.
You
But
mentioned a platform, it's called Giphy.
yeah, that is where you do video conferencing. It's including the Chat GPT. It also allows you to put your courses in there to work and build a community. It's community based, which is what exactly what
This is
we're
what
doing.
you're moving to.
Yes,
Okay,
that's what I'm moving to.
I'll get a glance at it when you have it up and ready.
Yeah. Yeah, so what I like though is the fact they're automatically putting those AI tags in everything as I'm typing.
Yeah,
I'm getting onboarded tomorrow. There's obviously it's a new platform. I got a lot to learn. So I don't have
yeah,
anything to show you guys yet, but that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna be, like I said, I still have my coaching that I'm paying for too. So like I would like a little more than just the Giphy cost, but it just being able to take care of that. And there's other
yeah.
stuff with that with my coach with the Go High Level. He's releasing some brand new stuff that's more like done for you for people with high.
Oh, nice. I let go of Go High Level. I let
Yeah,
go of it.
but he's doing stuff
Honestly,
because
I
people are
love it.
getting frustrated with the technical and all the complication. And I'm
Yeah.
like, me too.
I I really like Go High Level, but I will tell you, I'm brutally honest, the financially, that was costing me way too much.
Yeah. And you
And
don't need
add the
all of it.
currency exchange, I was like, This is costing me over $300?
Jeez.
No,
Yeah,
no.
so when you go into Giphy and just look, they started in the European market. They've been around 14 years.
Oh,
And then
good.
they just moved into the US market, like trying to push it. So I didn't know anything about it. They beat Teachable, they beat a lot of these other platforms I was looking at before I found them. So as far as courses and community building, it seems perfect. I'm looking at other things like Udemy, maybe for the gardening, because that's more of
Okay.
a buy the product. It's not
Yeah.
like I'm coaching them back and forth on building it. I don't
Yeah.
think I need something that high a level of skill, but Zoom conferencing, I mean, dude, this is what I'm doing right now on my brother's plan. If I buy my own, that's half the cost of Giphy. So,
Nice. So
so
I'm adding a service to my business. I've got supplements. They're all high-end anti-aging. I say anti-aging, that's such a broad statement. I'm adding a service. It is one of my colleagues that I did work with. She's in the States. It's called Lab Smart. So it is what it does. I'm a big kind of science geek. Um, I'm going now. Here's the beauty because what I notice about working with some companies is when they're so maybe technical or they're scientific kind of they're that kind of whatever, they really don't know how to market. And I'm probably going to make more money of what I'm going to do with it than they're making. It's software.
Mhm.
So it's blood work interpretations.
Oh, wow, that's
Oh
great.
yeah, when I first met Marianne, the founder, who used to be a nurse, she left. She was a programmer and years of programming. So what this does in the United States, it's different in Canada because our measure of units are different and we have a lot of rules here. It's
Yeah.
crazy. But
Socialism,
you
socialized life.
can upload in the United States, you can upload your labs and it takes all the data. And this is the crazy part. And this is why, and I'm such an advocate for blood work. The biggest problem with blood work is it's really, really broad, those ranges. Those ranges go back to whatever war was going on like decades and years ago. That's where those ranges come from. And the other thing, those ranges, it's universal. It's men and women. The other issue is you could be in a higher elevation living your life. That's a huge difference because
Wow.
that changes. So anyway, so upload the labs and it will interpret deficiencies, da 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 da. As you're looking at it, I can actually see it will then find root causes. It's literally going through
Ooh, I
and
need
it
this.
pinpoints areas to focus on. And this is all by fact. It is done by science, data, and then it gives you some solutions. It might even, now here's what Marianne didn't even chime in at. She's not in it to sell supplements. I said, Jesus, Marianne, why are you not even recommending like supplements that could help improve A, B, and C? Over her head. So I'm going to pay for an unlimited subscription. It means I have unlimited use of any blood work interpretation. Here's what she's selling it for. And the focus is on, for me, it's naturopaths,
Mhm.
integrative medicine doctors,
Wow, like they would love it.
nurses that want to do their own business because you can do that in the States, apparently. Canada, it's rigid. There's a lot of nurses that do mobile blood work, and they usually do it for insurance companies, life insurance. So I'm going to pay for unlimited labs for the year. It's something like it 59 a month and you get discounted. I'm going to resell my services as doing blood work interpretation, reporting data, and you'll get it. Here it is. I'll send it within 24 hours. That'll go to the naturopath. I'm going to bill out the naturopath $100 or $150 for that.
Hmm.
And you're winning because I'm also going to suggest you can recommend supplements. Oh, if you don't have them, happy to recommend mine, and I'll give you a 10 or 15% affiliate commission. Do you see where that is going?
Yeah, this is good. You'll be the middle person, the middleman.
So I said to Marianne, she's like, oh my God, yeah, go for it. And I was like, I didn't want to say what part of your brain is not working. This is how
No,
you
don't. She
So
knows
what I
nothing about.
realized is a lot of software developers, they know the back end and they're focused on that. But the front end to me is the marketing piece, right? So
Yeah,
that's something I'm going to bring in as a service, as a coach, and
yeah.
getting coaching clients.
Well, dude, you would totally love Graphy, because you could also, they give you a link with Zoom, right? That's part of your plan. You could also have a calendar set to it. People will book their consultations with you. So
Oh,
you could read their blood work, and then here's your consultation. You get your 45 minutes, half hour,
yeah,
whatever you do. And then we're going to talk about a plan for recovering.
yeah.
Now, you're going to have to say something about not being a licensed nurse or whatever you have to say.
Yeah, no, I always, even when I was coaching prior to, I would always say, what is that called? A disclaimer. I would always say that right in the beginning.
Mhm. But
Like, you
also,
got to be clear.
I'm up on the different supplements out there to help you as a guide, a coach, in your health. And
Yeah.
then because of this knowledge we have that's science-based, I mean, you can do your own research on that, but I'm not going to push some pharmaceutical that they are paying me to sell you. It's
Yes.
just a problem. We all know what happened with that. With
Yeah, no doubt. So anyway, I wanted to just share that because it just came to me where I'm like, I'm going to reach out to Marianne. This is what I'm thinking. And here's what else I did. As my brain went, I started prompting my AI agent.
Mhm.
I literally have the marketing plan now. It took about 20 to 30 minutes, and I'm like, look at that. It even gave me a revenue plan. You should sell it for this. If you sold this many, this is, I was like, oh my God, I'm winning. Okay, perfect.
Wow, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. So blood work interpretations, which
I'll need to use that because I can't afford doctors right now. I haven't been in a couple.
I get it. Well, half the people here don't have a doctor. There's not enough. They're leaving. There's too many people here. Like that's the scarcity. It is insane what's
Here's
happening.
socialized, and that's what socialism has done, where the doctors can't get paid enough to stay. And then in ours, it's all if you don't have the insurance, or even if you do, like I'm now, single mom, whatever. When I was under my husband's plan, he had a really good plan because he works for the airlines. Like they
Yeah.
give a good plan.
I
They
don't
don't
have
cover, I
extended
can't
health.
even buy a plan that gave what his plan did because I don't have a company like that. That's
Yeah.
they really
I
don't.
have the same issue.
No.
I have no extended health insurance, none.
But
Everything's
the
out of my
blood
pocket.
work, when I was going under his plan, I had to ask for things and get my naturopath doctor to look at it because most of the stuff they're just doing the basic and they're only telling you if you're at the level where you cross the line versus oh you're getting close. They wouldn't even tell you that. They don't do
I
any testing of your
I
vitamins.
have a question for you guys in the States. You brought up naturopaths. Are they allowed to draw blood in US?
I don't know. My doctor would just always have me go to any lab, a place that would do blood work that I
Hey,
could.
are you saying yes, they can?
No, no, they send you to a place called like LabCorp or any of those other blood.
LabCorp. Okay, because in Canada, naturopathic doctors can take blood.
Yeah, it's all
That's that.
controlled by um
Well,
blood.
maybe in BC they can, but I don't know of any here.
Not in Alberta?
No.
So maybe
Oh,
they
well,
have to.
the provincial, all that provincial stuff. Yeah, I'm not surprised, but yeah. So it's usually a doctor requisition.
I had I
Yeah, they can send ask like for example, like there's a naturopath out of Lloydminster, there's the nurse practitioner in Cold Lake here, and
Yeah.
he can call her up and say, "Hey, I've got somebody that needs her blood work," and she'll write it up. But
Okay. It's
they can't do. Yeah, it's a team
Okay,
thing, but yeah,
interesting.
yeah, they can't, not that I'm
Okay.
aware of. Anyway, sorry.
I'll have to double check on that. So that's the job of the lab smarts, interpreting your blood work, not relying on, oh, you're good. Doctor says you're good. You're in range.
That's the
Really?
problem. They don't really
How
tell you a lot.
close are you to that range where it's now, and how long has that been going on? Because to me, that's not good. That's not proactive. Oh, you're good.
No, they don't
So
do that. And so
they're
my
waiting for something acute, then they can take care of it. So that's where this kind of comes in.
Yeah, I what I'd like to do is see, I my naturopath is a chiropractor. He has his natural
Nice.
licensing too. So what he did be in the past for me is have me go to this one place that he knows of. It's not LabCorp, it's not all full of insurance and they have to have a doctor write it up. He just said, you go and these are the tests we need to look at. And he gave me a list of tests. Now it was $200 for me to just get their testing, but I could go there and I could request whatever tests he
Oh,
recommended I request. Now they're going to ask where to send it. Well, they send it to him. He's licensed as a nutritionist to be able to read those. So, and I trust because he's looking at it from a nutritionist perspective versus the doctors. They overlook so much stuff. So, but it's, you're already out the $200 for the blood test. And then, if you got to pay to send it off somewhere else too, I don't know. Like your system, can I just go down there? Maybe I haven't tried. Maybe I could, because I don't, I could probably talk to him and he would read it for like $200. But if your system does it and maybe gives me more ideas of what I need to,
there's
request, I don't know.
there's there's and I've come across a few websites in Canada. Doctors, nurses, they're not seeing people anymore. They're not. They're on these online sites, and there's a couple sites that you can actually you're live on chat with a doctor and they will give you blood requisitions. You just at Q&A,
Mhm.
and they're like, okay, we're going to recommend you do this. They send them the links. It's paid for. Then they get the requisition and off they go.
It, it's the blood work is, but the appointment's not, because I'm
Yeah,
looking
the
at,
appointment's not, but the blood
yeah,
work requisition is available. And
yeah,
that, especially because when you have a lack of doctors and a terrible healthcare system,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
thought, good on you guys.
Because I'm waiting. I was told it could be anywhere from a year and a half to 2.5 years to see a hormone specialist for menopause.
Mm.
And so then I did that. I went online and looked, and yeah, it'll cost me $200 per appointment. And then the prescriptions will cost me $300 every 3 months. So, but at least I'm hoping that will help alleviate some of these problems. But yeah, I'm still gonna stay on that list, but I'm probably gonna start this other thing for now.
If you do get your blood work, Alyssa,
Hmm.
if you're open to it, no charge. I would love to do blood work interpretations and give you the report so you can know your health better.
Oh, my
And
health
I'll
is crap. I know
I,
that.
Well, I'll tell you what this report analyzes and pumps out the data. I'm looking going, I bet you doctors don't know half of this.
Yeah,
Because number one, they were not trained or educated to understand nutrition,
mhm.
lifestyle, how,
yeah.
the whole ecosystem. They were
I
right.
I'm
There's a lot
torn.
of things that are missed.
I'll have to do maybe
So,
I might do a separate call with you, Amy, but I'm
Yeah, for
torn
sure.
because I did do like I went to a naturopath and spent a lot of money,
Yeah.
and um after 4 months it was inconclusive. She's like, I think it's your hormones or it's over too much cortisol. I don't really know, but I know, like, I don't know if it's your FSH, like your inflammation.
Mm.
My count is over 900, which indicates like you should basically be dead according to her. But I don't know. Like, I'm just
Yeah.
lost. And I go to the doctors here and they're like, we don't know what to tell you. Your blood looks fine, everything's fine. You're not
Yeah, if you
diabetic.
do have any blood work, you just send me a DM. I would love to run. I'll run it, and yeah, we'll dissect it. To me, it's like forensics. I love
Oh,
it.
and I would like it too
So,
because I haven't been to the doctor in a while, and I'm more believing of the blood work versus just going to the doctor and they just check your breathing is normal, your heart is not. I mean, that's
Well,
that's
they should be
so
sending everybody to get blood
well,
work.
I know, but it'll be the just the standard, just basic panels as
Yeah.
opposed to. I know I had some thyroid issues a while back. I like to see where I'm at now. I've been through divorce.
Meg's got a
Yeah.
question, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meg,
so you know how I just got diagnosed with diabetes and stuff? I
Oh,
just got my blood work done in March. Am I able to ask LabCorp to send you the information and then
did you not
they
get a copy of it?
I got a copy of it somewhere right here in LabCorp, one of the app things. So
Yes.
I
I'm
could
sure
just send
you,
you
you,
that.
you should be able to download it. If you can download it, because I'm pretty sure it'll come in a PDF. I have to be able to upload it because we just submit it and it'll start analyzing it. Meg, if you figure that out, just send me a little Discord DM. I'll
Okay.
run, you'll be like my science project.
yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
You can use help.
Because,
'Cause I need to reacquaint myself with it, just the parameters, but I already implemented my own blood work. I have to get blood work done every 3 months.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what happens when you got an autoimmune disease, and I'm on it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's one of these things, and I'm very careful with I want to make sure the inflammation is down.
mhm.
Because when your body is inflamed, obviously it's in crises and it's protecting, but it's very dangerous too. It can really wreak a lot of havoc through all of the systems. Like yeah, and just like hormones, the hormones are out of balance, but it's not the hormones. That's the symptom. It's what is happening. So it's probably there's inflammation. It's identifying where and
Like I
what's
said,
going on.
nobody knows. I've gone to the nurse practitioner, I've gone to a doctor, gone to a naturopath. This is a 10-year, I've been on dealing with this in and out of hospital 10 years, and I don't know where to go to get the answers. And that's,
I will definitely, I'm very open to helping you, Meg, you too. Seriously, it's my
yeah.
gift to
Awesome.
the ladies. Seriously, because the other thing is you need like real testimonials. I want to be
Yeah.
working with people and not that I want to find people that got health problems. It's
Yeah.
not about that.
Oh no, I'll openly tell you all my health problems if you want to listen. It's a
Absolutely.
long list, but I don't want to waste everyone's time here. That's all I'm saying,
Yeah,
because it'll take a
I'm
few hours.
certified in functional nutrition.
Yeah.
So what that means is we learn how to analyze the whole person,
Yeah.
lifestyle factors. I mean, I could tell you about how I coach somebody and ask them certain questions to identify where the root problem was, and this guy was totally misdiagnosed. They even told him he was narcoleptic and it's never going to go away. He
Yeah.
was he was a commercial fisherman. The doctors never asked them that. Why would they, right? But as I'm listening to him, I said, Merv, tell me about what do you do for a career? Tell me about that. And he went on, oh, I'm a commercial fisherman. I travel all over the world. I said, oh, okay. And how long? And he
Mercury
says, "What?"
poisoning.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
doing that for decades. And I said, so you're also in a lot of water, maybe contaminated at times, and maybe you're like maybe in South America. And he's like, yeah. I said, so I said, I want you to go to the doctor and there's a test for parasites. So I
I
gave
just
him the
sent it.
cat, I gave him the blood work, ask him for this. And I said, now your doctor's going to question you. No, you don't need that. Why are you asking for that? You just tell them, I'm the boss of my body, and I think that I've got a lot of toxicities and possibly parasites because this is what I do. When I said it to him that way, I said, that's all you say, zip your lips and they'll shut up. He got his test. He came back 2 weeks later. We had a call. Amy, you're not going to believe this. He showed me a list of all of the bacteria, the viruses, the parasites. Great. I said, great. That's what I said to him. He's like, oh my God. I said, so then I got him on a parasitic cleanse, a really come back. I said, and I actually said, this is what you're possibly going to experience. So I'm going to check in with you. I did wellness checks.
Wow.
He got within 3 weeks. He actually came into where my office was. I don't have it anymore. And he just gave me a big hug. And I said, hey, Mervyn. He's like, you've changed my life. And I said, what? I didn't know what he was going through. And he was telling me some of the symptoms that went away. He was no longer sleeping all day long. He couldn't even do his work. He had to move. This man was in his mid-50s. He had to go live with his mother. She had to take care of him.
Oh my word.
How, that's the kind of, so anyway, that's a big story and I wanted to share. So Meg, I'm serious
I
when
just sent it.
Did you? I heard my phone bleep off.
Yeah,
I will
I sent you my
definitely,
whole blood work.
and it's recent, so this is good because it probably not a lot changing, even after a few. Okay, great. I am
So you got
gonna,
my whole thing.
yeah, I'm gonna plug in and I'm gonna start really, it'll run and then I'm gonna look at, and I might come back at you and ask questions. It'll be a
Do you want,
Q&A.
well, my
I'm not
whole
sure.
thing.
I actually think, Meg, it might not be. I'm just thinking of another area that I don't believe that they've looked at. And I've actually been studying a lot about chronic B12 deficiency and what it does.
Oh.
Yeah. Are you vegetarian, Meg? No?
I'm a
Okay.
carnivore.
Okay, that's always my first question with people. Are you vegetarian? And yeah, okay, because then I go ding, 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 ding. I got to look at B12 because that's number one, usually deficient, unless they're
Well,
supplementing.
you want to hear my story?
Yes.
Real quick. I lived in Tanzania in my 20s. I
Okay.
had amoebic dysentery. And so I think that living in Tanzania for 3 years, I got a slew of these parasites that nobody knows about. So when I came back to the United States, they gave me Flagyl, and I tripped out for a good 10 days kind of thing to clear out the amoebas and stuff. But the thing is, you know that amoebas could be in cysts and hide in your liver
Yes.
and forever and ever and ever. So once you
Yes.
have it, then it wreaks havoc.
Yes.
I did shatter two vertebrae in my spine, which is the nerves that it signals to is the liver, pancreas, and spleen.
What
So
vertebrae were they?
they were these two right here. So it's
At the bottom?
bottom of the
So an L5, 4?
it's a L and a T at the same time. So
Okay.
the one that's
Oh.
between, I'm really bad about numbers
That's
and I don't.
okay. That's okay. Wow.
So
How
I
did you
should
break your spine? How did you break?
I tried to break up a fight.
Okay. Okay. So it was a physical,
I got
okay.
thrown onto risers and the metal bar, it just hit
Yes.
right there.
Oh, so your back just went,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting. And these are the kind of things that I want to hear.
Yeah, because
Because
I keep on saying to the
history-
doctor, listen, you got to remember that was the start of gazillions of different allergies, and that's a liver issue.
Yes,
And
well, it's not
I
only,
could go on and on, but I
I
will
think
stop
it's
now.
I could too. The liver is now impacted I think it's a nerve issue. If you've had breakage in the vertebrae, that means the nervous system is going, oh my God, you're all out of whack. And
So,
it's fascinating. I'll be all over it. And Alyssa too. If you guys are open, send me and I'll upload it and do a little work.
yeah, so it was the essential oils that kept the nerve system going.
Yes.
Um, and that's how I was able to start
Yeah.
walking again. And the
Yeah.
doctors were like,
And the
"Yeah,
doctors probably, when they heard essential oils, they just went like that.
yeah." Well, the thing is that I had a friend who was a nurse who convinced the night nurse to just keep on putting helichrysum on my spine the whole time. And so helichrysum is known to keep the nerve speaking to one another. So, if you
That's
look at my
fun.
x-ray, there's little chunks of bones here and there and everywhere, and they're like, "And you're walking?" And I'm like, "Uh-huh." So,
Wow.
um,
Wow. I can only
um,
imagine. And then you were diagnosed with diabetes.
well, that's just recently, but right after COVID, I had fever for like 104, 105 for a whole week. That caused another slew of, I think,
So you had
whack.
COVID. You got COVID?
Yeah, I got COVID in the middle of COVID
Yeah,
when
I got it
I
too.
survived a whole year without it, but my sister went to England and brought back a different strain or something, and
Yeah,
and
well,
that
you definitely
that
got
knocked me out.
symptoms of a long COVID for sure.
And
Having
then
okay,
yeah,
but you're
so
gonna be you're
and
gonna be
menopause.
interesting. Oh, add menopause into that. Oh yeah, I know that sensation.
But the thing is, I have a very positive attitude towards everything. So I'm very like, let bring it on, kind
Yeah.
of.
Well, you know what I
Even with
say
the
now after I got through what I got through? I'm like, well, that happened. I can't look at it like, it literally destroyed my life for a good portion of 2 years. And I'm like, no, that happened. I just have to remember to protect my gut, reduce the inflammation, which is stress. That is a big culprit too. And that
But
could be,
see, I think it's not worth being stressed out about something that you cannot control, but figure out ways to move around the obstacle course. And that's my biggest,
is this,
that's what,
is this part of your coaching program?
yeah,
Because,
it's totally
okay.
because I'm more about, let's figure out a positive affirmation every day that
Yeah,
you say to yourself,
yeah.
what are the breathing techniques that you could do? What can you do to keep on moving forward? Because, yeah, there's days where I have to go, Mom, Dad, I need help getting out of my bed. And then
Yeah,
I need to, feel
yeah,
my feet. Oh, okay, I can feel my feet. I'm good now. Like,
yeah, yeah,
and it's always like a mini step every day. So
yes,
so if you go panic, that's gonna spin you right off to something
yeah,
that's totally
yeah,
not gonna
yeah. I
help
I
you.
hear I
So
hear you. I think we could collaborate all day long. One thing I did get from I actually had the light bulb when I was talking. I had a session with my therapist, who's also an integrative medicine doctor. I was struggling with resentment,
Mm.
struggling. And I didn't know why. I knew, but I didn't. And I wanted to understand what is it really? What is it really? It's not resentment. What is that resentment about? And I identified, and I kind of knew it's trust. I don't trust a lot of people just because of my the trauma I've been through with trust in people and what happened. And I went, oh my God. So I had this right through the session, and I'm saying this because I heard a couple things you said. I literally, she says, Amy, how are you doing? How are you doing now? I said, oh my God, Tesh. I'm allowed to call her by her first name, Dr. Katsla. I blurted out, resentment doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And she's like, I said, oh my God, it's this invisible. It doesn't exist. Why am I hanging on to it? That's all I said to her. And she just smiled. And you know, I had this moment where I was like, why is this harming me? It is harming me. It's hurting me. I can't let go of shit. I can't. And I'm like, it doesn't exist. It's an emotion.
It's a choice.
Yeah, and the behavior around that, I was ruminating on this angry frustration, and I'm like, oh my God, yes, it's a choice. It is so simple, but it's not. It's not. That's mental health imbalance. That's I've been dealing with a lot of mental health imbalances. You could say issues, yeah, sure, we all have them, but that is a way of thinking and behavior that develops into toxic behavior. So, Meg, I will definitely look. And Alyssa, I'm very open. If you send me whatever kind of blood work you have, I can implement it manually because I know how to convert some of that stuff. I got to run because I just looked at the clock here. Anywho, Christy, thanks for that update on just some of the questions I had on subscriptions,
Yeah.
dealing with the people that come in and some of your ideas about the sequences.
Yeah. Hopefully that's helpful. And I'm
But
actually, well, that's something I'm exploring a little bit more because some of my tools are just, they just really work really great. But I
yeah,
got
that's
some of the
cool.
ideas from my coach. So I'm trying to modify. I don't want to, I can't give out what he's
Yeah,
doing.
no, I understand.
So
I'm looking
I'm
forward
going to
to it, but
modify it for my system and I actually creating my own framework, my own, like, here's how I'm going to break it out. It's still using the same general
yeah,
things that people need to do, but I think it'll really help you guys
yeah,
when you're ready to do that email sequence. So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited to
Well,
get into that. And
and
look,
your site, what you showed me, that I was
lovely.
really blown away because I was like, how the heck did she do that? Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm going right to Amazon. I'm going to buy that t-shirt.
Yeah, that's my t-shirt. I put it on Amazon merch, but they have a platform. You have to kind of be an influencer or have like
Yes.
already e-commerce sales or they won't accept you. The other platform, you could start with nothing and create your own drop shipping products. They will take the orders right off your site and it'll process it and send it out just as if it was with Amazon. Link it the same way. They have their own platform. So
Yeah,
look,
I
I
was
found
really
it.
impressed on how, firstly, you wrote an article and then it was just kind of seamlessly embedded in there.
And
And I
that
was
was
like,
my
oh, I
own
could just click on it and off I go shop.
That was my own chat prompting with the tools framework that I'm building. It's a brand story framework, but I'm also building it with certain things that I'm putting in. You guys will answer the questions. I'm
Oh, very good.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
no, I thought it was very, very well done. I was like, this is clever. I thought it was very good copywriting. I was like, wow.
yeah, that's
Because you
chat
didn't
with the
tell me
tools.
on anything, but it led me down there. I'm just like, I wasn't expecting that. I
Yeah.
wasn't, oh, look, I can buy that.
Did you
Nice.
see how easy this would be to put onto your platform with your products with if you use the WordPress WooCommerce?
Yeah.
And I didn't even integrate a checkout on it because I could just literally link right into the platforms that are fulfilling everything.
Okay.
So I think
Cool. Anyway, I got to run.
okay.
I saw the friend request on Discord. I am I will definitely connect with you both. And seriously, I'm open. I'm actually fascinated and excited and to better health, to better health.
Yes, I think you and Meg working together with both of your
But
sites,
I'll tell you, when
really
you
good.
start learning about what is really going on, um, then you have, I call it my body armor. I know the tools and what I'm going into the doctors because this is what I need. I can do that with my doctor now. In fact, I'm seeing my doctor in 2 weeks because I now have skin issues because of the inflammation that was in my gut. It's manifested into having my skin immune system is all out of whack. bacterial, like it's a mess. Psoriasis, eczema. This is all repercussions of the autoimmune disease. So I'm now going to ask the doctor. I want a dermatologist. I want that dermatologist to tell me exactly what the skin disease is because I don't want it to lead into cancer. That's how I work. That's how I think with my health.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I probably need that too, but I
But
want
that's
to be
what,
stressed
that's the
too.
kind of, I'll tell you, that's the kind of coaching I was doing with people.
That's so
I
good.
was like, I want to take an inside peek. And I was either doing it through blood work or I was able to do bioresonance cellular scans. And I
What?
might bring that in too, because I was so fascinated by energy and cells. I could identify a lot of stuff.
Well, it sounds like I need you to be my doctor. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, the good news is technology working for us. We
yeah,
use our tools.
yeah.
Okay, my friends, good seeing you.
We'll see you next week, same time. Like I said, through
Yes.
this month, we'll be on this platform while I try to get things moved over, and I'm still trying to
Yeah,
wrap up
cool.
some
I
things.
appreciate it, Christy. And I will definitely connect with you, both Alyssa and Meg, and we'll do it. We'll take care of one another, paying it
Ah,
forward
sounds
in
good.
good
That's a
health.
deal. Sounds good.
Okay, my friends, gotta go. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for
Bye.
Oh, cool. All right, that was great. I just heard back from Eli. She's working at work and she's working late tonight, so she's not going to be able to join us. I'm going to let her know. Yeah. So anyway, well, I've been watching to see if anybody else says, "Hey, I want to get on," but nobody's chiming in. So that's it for our little group for the Discord community. Nobody's wanting to join, so that's good. We got at least our core right here, so we'll run with that. I think you, Meg, with Amy's background, man, the two of you, if you guys could do something together, I think it'd be pretty powerful. So I see some connections beyond just doing the technology stuff. So. All right. Well, I was gonna ask you, Meg. I think you were next on my list of sharing what I know you couldn't get too much, but like where are you at, or if we left off where we left off from last week. Let's see what you have on as a bridge page because I know you got some VA help. Maybe we can kind of figure out how we can make some comments.
He got it going. It's just I never got a chance to plop things in. So I have it on chat. It's just I need to figure out how to put it on there. And then the video that you put together, I was like, how'd you do that so fast?
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's video.
So what I did with that video, I am using AI, but I am coaching it. I'm prompting it with certain things. Again, it's tools that I am developing for my program that I'm like, okay, we talked about kind of what you're wanting to do. So I already kind of knew how to the story to prompt it, obviously your story, and then tying it in with the product that you're offering, your survey. And then I basically use a special framework that I designed with that to put it together with chat and then have chat build it out. And I played with Poe as well. But again, it's the prompting documents that I'm creating for my course that once I release it and we get that high ticket program going, my goal is to you have all those tools available for people that buy in. You guys, you'll be in the very low tier, but like new people coming in, they'll be paying for those tools. And if you guys help me with the platform fees, we're good. But that's something I want to do is I'm releasing my program have stuff that
I'm
you
trying to get a bunch of people to start signing up for your program.
yeah, at least get the free stuff. That's what I want people to do is start with the basic just to start getting their head around it. Is this something I want to do? Because if someone doesn't want to do YouTube or social media or anything, they don't want to do a blog site, there's not a lot I can do. I'm not going to drag somebody and make a program for them that they can sell. They got to have some initiative. So,
Oh, and then, yeah, I'm just thinking that they really need to get their practice going. So
yeah.
I just think that being able to have the links and everything all set up so that you can get something where you could get paid at before or whatever, get the appointments set up, and then, for me it's start off with some Zoom courses too, but um yeah. I mean, this whole weekend I had like four people saying, "Can you squeeze me in? Can you squeeze me in? Can you squeeze
Ah,
me in?" So, and then all these calls. And I was like, "What's going on?" I guess it's
well,
prepping me for the whole.
yeah. Are they ready for your group? I mean, where are these people
Well,
at?
that was the other thing too. It's like trying to get people to understand that I'm gonna be starting a whole new platform kind of and would you be and they're so used to just being able to pick up the cell phone and I'm there at the beck and call. So uh
Yeah, we got to change that a little bit. You need to get
it's
paid for all this.
yeah.
Plus, it's
So
nice to have it replace what you're getting paid now instead of doing all the busy
right.
work. Do what you're good
And
at.
then you know how you guys were saying that Reclaim. I started off with a journey to recovery. They're like, you did you know alcoholics? I was like, I don't think about alcoholism, but um, was trying to think of something else like beyond the pain point.
Mhm.
And so I was just saying, getting beyond the pain point. And so people are like, Meg, maybe that should be the
Oh,
your
so why envision a program that you would set up like for your community? If you, I think you and it sounds like Amy would be really good for developing a community where people are actually coming in, you're working with them like clients. That's you definitely. Sounds like Amy's going to be able to do the same. And so they would pay you every month to be in this community and have your tools, like what Amy's offering, so that you build that reoccurring income. And
right.
what I found, Kit is really great for starting when you're getting like, let's say a bunch of affiliate products, you're building some of your digital products to sell, and you want to link to your blogs that can then get people to products on Amazon or wherever you're going to source those naturopathic products. Same thing for Amy. She's doing that. That's kind of like your base website. But then you want to build a community. And this is the platform I found. I've been researching a bunch of platforms. The thing about Kit, they'll let you do like a mini course through email, but then there's always that if I want to work with a client, I want them to have access to tools that they can go back, study, research. That's you guys. I don't want to just give you a digital ebook. I want to give you something that when you come into the community, you join the group, inside, you're going to have this tool that's going to walk through, let's say it's the email sequence builder tool. And now you work through that, you're going to follow my chat prompts. You're going to start building this out. Now you go in and start building your sequence of emails for this product. With you, it would be something very similar. You start with, let's say, your basic Rise Reclaim workshop, overcoming pain or trauma. Maybe you'd split two different workshops, one for trauma specific, one for pain, or maybe they both fit together. I don't know. But maybe you
It
start with
spins off.
yeah, but it seems like you could have a program for trauma. You could have a program for the alcoholics as a part two now. If you're coming over the pain.
I don't know how to deal with alcoholism, but
Okay,
no, it was just
the
the
throwing out the
title.
idea. But my thing is, you could start with, let's say maybe it's just your survey. They go in, they get an answer of what the root causes are. Now, here are some things that might help you deal with those symptoms and deal with the root cause. You have your product store. You can make a recommendation of products. This is all can be put into email sequences. If they identify themselves under this one thing, then they get your ebook on the one thing. That's a kit product. Signs them up or tags them like we talked about. You could set a sequence just for that one area of pain, whatever your survey breaks them out as. And then you can have a series of products built around that particular area. And it can be very specialized, but yet can still be delivering the different products. Then they could book a coaching call with you if they want to go deeper on their issues and on tools for overcoming whatever they're facing, tools to recovery, whatever you want to call it. And that can be in this platform that I'm moving everybody onto, you and in our community here, is going to have the ability to put a calendar for booking coaching calls. They pay before they go and get that time slot. And I tell what's time slots I'm available to be able to book these calls to do a one-on-one with me. I'm going to do that for like, when people come in, they're building their platform. There's a certain level you can just kind of self-study through, but you might get stuck. Kid, it's not working right, whatever. Maybe I could help with that. Or maybe they want some more hands-on with a specific, strategizing around their products. That's where the more in-depth versus the group coaching can really help out. And they'll pay higher pricing for the in-depth calls versus you might do one group call a week or one group call every 2 weeks. You could decide how you just set it up, but they're not going to get to just call you anymore without booking with you and also being part of the community. They're paying, whatever that is, $67 a month or to get the group coaching call. And if it's something very personal, they really want to work with you direct on one-on-one, here's my calendar. These are the time slots I'm available. And then they pay $97 for a 45-minute session or something like that. That's what I'm recommending, and that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm going to be talking to my onboarding coach tomorrow. How do I do all this? Because I'm learning the tools as well. But this
Hmm.
platform it beats everything I've looked at for developing a community with the ability to upsell into different aspects that are more in depth than Kit. So I do think Kit is great. Kit's great for a basic community when someone signs on, but then you can put a link to your community. You want more in-depth training, you can pay for the monthly plan and get access to all of these modules that I built around this area of pain or this whatever. So
And that's using Giphy?
Giphy, that is the course creator community platform, and it's the closest thing to Go High Level if you have any experience with that. But you have a little bit because it's Adam's built in Go High Level, but he doesn't utilize even half of what they do. So, but Giphy is really let me see if I can
It's Giphy,
it
right?
might be, let me go ahead and look. It might be Graphy. Yeah, it's Graphy, Graphy. Yep, Graphy.
G
I'll just
Graphy.
Yeah, let me just put this into the Zoom chat, Graphy, because I only have studied a bunch of different tools and they're all the names begin to go muddle in my brain after a while. So I just put it into chat. They have a book a call where they walk you through the platform, what it's capable of. Just be aware on the call, if you sign up then, you pay for the whole year up front, which is like 400 something dollars, and they'll give you an additional 3 months onto your plan if you wanted to take time to build stuff. I'm going to say for Meg, you are still trying to get Adam's funnel launched, and you've got a lot you're trying to sort out. You may just want to get your program put in with Kit, get an email sequence going, trying to put some blogs around it for the different pain points that you're going to take people, have them fill out the survey and then build those sections of your site. I would say do that first, just some basic
Okay.
information because
Yeah.
you
Like
you
going.
you take on a lot when you take on a community platform, and it's another cost for you monthly that right now I don't know that you
I don't
really
need.
need to that right now. You'd be better off probably just getting your list built with Adam's traffic, which we really need to get that going. I see that as you're about to run out of time here. I don't know when is it February, March,
I
April?
have no idea
Three
what
months?
my
3 months extended from the first week of February. So here you are,
so
March, April, May. You got a month and a half. Gotta get around
yeah,
running some
well,
traffic.
the original that I paid for was 6 months.
Oh, was
So
it 6? Okay, then maybe give you six
I
months.
don't know if it's gonna give me the 6 months because they already gave me that extension before.
No, he said he was doing the original, whatever you signed up for, that's what they gave you. So you got 6 months. Awesome.
Should I ask? Nobody knows the answer for me. No, but that's okay.
Well, that's what they were saying. So because it's a brand new platform, everything's all new, all the tools are new. They just reset
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, you should ask Meg because I think there was even another reset or something, so it could be even longer.
Okay.
So,
Get it for
yeah,
the dates. You
I
have
would
it on your
check.
calendar. Yeah.
Oh, just ask.
All you have to do is email support. They'll tell you when your membership ends.
Cool. That'll be good. And then I would just go in, really make I'd push the ads on Adams with that cream, tying the two.
Hmm.
You said it
Yeah.
made the page for you, right? For the cream? Did it?
You I set up a thing on the, oh God, Kit. Sorry. I'm like mumbling now. Kit. I put it on Kit instead of on the Flexi that was for from Adam's platform because I didn't know which one to choose once John opened up everything and said, "Okay, we're all set up," because 30 minutes goes by so fast.
It does.
And then so I think I should set up another time where I could say, "Can you transfer this to this?"
Yeah, you can keep Kit up because Kit can still work for after you're off Adam's platform if you want to push that product because you still have your same, your same
Right. So keep it on Kit, but
and just
then
move
for
it. Yeah,
right now,
duplicate it onto Adam's platform. And did you use free ad copy? I mean, you had it, you were gonna do the bridge page with free ad copies parsing of your VSL. Did you do any of that with John?
no, free ad copy. I don't
Okay.
think so.
So
So maybe,
do you want to do that right now on this call? Like go ahead and go into your account with Sherrington, get your credits, put them into free ad copy. They have
oh,
free credits for you on free ad copy. Take your VSL that you created in a Word document. You're going to attach that into free ad copy. That's going to break out your avatar info. Very
uh,
helpful.
that's the program that's sort of kind of like ChatGPT. I'm sorry. I'm like falling asleep on you.
Yeah, a couple hours ahead. So, well, I mean, I wanted to try to help you if we could. Um,
Uh,
get you
okay. Oh,
something. My videos,
wake up, Meg. Wake up. Okay.
on-
Um,
once you get your ClickBank product avatar and the story that it creates out of free ad copy, that's what you're copying into your bridge page. I don't know, did John do your cream on your kit or did he do something else? Because I don't know what he.
he suggested that I contact like just have like five headlines and whatever lines, and I was like, oh shoot, I wish I was more thinking, no, that's not what I need because I already got that all set up. But so they sent me like five lines and five headlines or whatever, and I was like, oh, this is not what I really need.
Yeah,
I need
the VAs are really good for tech, but if you weren't even on Adam's platform, he was probably totally confused because they're not trained on Kit. So they'll probably,
no.
what are you
So
doing?
yeah, I was like, yeah.
So why don't you
Free ad copy. So I need to copy like plop in what I have on Kit into free ad copy.
before you do that, let's have free ad copy look at your VSL. You didn't have John do that, right?
Oh no.
No, you
That
guys
was
That's
don't walk away, you guys, from free ad copy. They launched the affiliate CMO on Dan's call last Thursday.
okay.
And it basically, if I had to put it in perspective, free ad copy looks like a kindergarten student, and this one they just launched is the equivalent of a university student.
Oh wow.
Like the landing page, like everything it spits out. We thought free ad copy was good.
Yeah.
This is not like it's an hour. Like you'll have to watch this presentation. It's over just over an hour, but it is like Yeah. So just to put it in perspective, you'll go and create headlines, as an example, and then you can literally go in and he already has different angles from shock and awe to like, and you just click those and then it'll just take them all and put them in that perspective.
Oh,
And
much better.
yeah, like um, yeah, it's free to us as long being
Oh,
Charrington.
yeah, I missed that call because I was out of town and I have not
Yeah.
watched.
And that's different than free ad copy?
Yes, it does what free ad copy does, but on steroids.
So where
It'll
did
It's
literally, it'll literally, like you can basically type in your avatar. So you can say, I'm looking to talk to women between this age and this age, or people, whatever that looks like, list a few things about them, and everything it's going to write is going to be directed to that person.
so tell me where do we go to get that? I'm looking, it says ad copy generator, but they have linked on Sheraton the free ad
Um,
copy.
I don't know if the recording's up. They haven't been exactly fast. That's the problem.
Okay. See, I
Just
haven't.
give me one sec here. I'll have a look. I just gotta
I'm
close
gonna
one screen.
look at it was a Rolodex call, was it? Or
It
was it?
was, yeah. So
Okay.
you just have to look at the date of the Rolodex call and see if it's
Yeah, the only one I've missed recently was the last one.
yeah, and so that was April 3rd.
Yeah, so I see mastering the Rolodex 404. So April 4th. That would have been last Thursday because I was out of town then. All right.
check.
Well, I hope this all works. We'll go ahead and watch the video to see how to use this new platform that Sheraton has
Yeah.
developed.
Yeah,
And
it's about roughly an hour long, just over an hour. And then he goes through the payment stuff and then people just ask questions.
yeah, no, that'd be great. I'd like to
Yeah.
see how it works and like, what tips I can learn watching the video anyway.
Yeah, he's just so fast because he like I'm gonna have to watch it half a dozen times because he just like I understand what's going on, but
But
just the process of how to
where
get
is
the
it? Where do you click?
thing.
Yeah, that's what happens with me. I'm like sitting there going, "What?"
That was too
Yeah.
fast.
Well, they just, it's just the language, they get it, they know what they're doing. Again, it's a university prof trying to teach kindergarten students, right? And sometimes they forget that.
Oh yeah. That's where Michael was so
He
methodical
was
and
so
Preschool.
good. Yeah.
he
And that was
he's
his
so
gift.
patient.
That was his gift, being able to take a university topic and speak it
Break
to
it
a
down.
kindergarten student. Like that was a gift.
No, he really helped me out, especially early on, just getting my mind around it. And
Yeah.
he was like, oh, it finally clicked, especially when I started doing all the Amazon, affiliate stuff and getting the hang of,
Yeah.
oh, the images. Oh, okay, the headlines. It started to really click at that point.
Yeah.
But
So
I'm
you should be
excited.
good.
The new platform, the new products,
Yeah.
what Adam's coming up with here, and I really hope to see some good testimonials coming out of here. The
Yeah.
latest thing that he's done.
Kick off your first project. I plop in something in there. Whatever. Okay. My brain hurts.
I know you're
Yeah.
tired. Last time you were super tired after our call, so we'll try not to go too much later because it's a little after 8 o'clock now, a little bit more than a little after 8 o'clock my time. Which what does that put you at on Central Time? It's an hour later, so after 9 o'clock Central Time. So
It's 10:20 here.
yeah, you got to get to
And
bed.
I always get up way too early.
Yeah.
Like, I
So
don't know.
we'll go ahead and wrap up, or I'm going to talk with Alyssa a little bit longer about stuff that's not even going to be recorded because I'll be stopping that. So I'm going to say good night, everybody. Thanks for joining the call. And we'll just continue next week, same time, same place until May 1st when I launch my new platform. So we'll see you then. All right. Thanks. Bye.